Hi everyone, I'm Heather. Welcome to my channel, Heather's Hikes and Adventures. If you are new here, well, technically I still kind of am too, so we already have that in common. And if you're returning, I just want to thank you for coming back and joining me again. I appreciate you. This week's episode, we are heading over to Fort De Soto Park in Pinellas County, Florida. That's on the west or Gulf Coast of the state. Sort of near Clearwater, St. Pete Beach area. Beautiful white sand beaches, gorgeous blue water. I mean, just stunning views. And there are tons of hiking and multi-use trails to take advantage of as well, plus kayaking, and lots of birding and wildlife viewing opportunities, which is one of my favorite reasons for going. Just really tons of amenities and a great campground that I'll be showing you some of. There's really a lot to the park. It's impossible to get bored there, and really there's too much to cram into one video, although that's what I'm planning on doing today, so stay tuned. Like I was saying last week on my van tour video, this is honestly one of my very, very favorite places in the state of Florida, so I really hope that you'll come and visit, and I hope that this video gives you a good idea of what to expect when you do. Make sure you watch all the way till the end, because I am going to be showing you a montage of some of my favorite bird photos I took, and who doesn't love birds? Okay, so maybe not everybody loves birds as much as I do, but if you keep watching these photo montages I plan on putting at the end of some of these videos going forward, you may end up coming around and becoming a bird nerd just like I am. And make sure you hop over to my van tour video after this one if you haven't already. It gives you a really good idea of how I convert Tara, my mini vamper, who as you can see is back in incognito mode for the next couple of weeks, into a camper van and travel all over the state and now country so that I can keep delivering these types of informative videos to you on a weekly basis going forward. So without further ado, let's hop over there and I will show you the park. And we are coming up on the main entrance gate now to get into the park. We're going to hang out, do some birding, do a little hiking, and then once it's time to check in, we'll backtrack and go back to the campground. So when you are first coming into the park, you have the option to go either left towards East Beach and the East Beach Loop, or right, which takes you to North Beach and the Arrowhead picnic area and all of that. We're gonna go left first and take a little walk before we head over to North Beach. So here at East Beach, you can see there's a playground, some swings. There are a few pavilions for picnics. Of course, the beach itself. There are showers and restrooms. And then the nature trail is over here off to the side towards the bridge. This is East Beach here. If you look down that way, that leads to North Beach. And that is the Sunshine Skyway Bridge over there, which is a beautiful spot to watch the sunrise. This is where that one little side spur that we already passed comes out at. birding was a bust there, but we are going to be heading over towards the piers and North Beach here in a second, and they are always a sure bet for a lot of birds and wildlife. As you can see, people are getting set up to do some windsurfing and jet skiing, and there are tons of activities to do here. And the nice thing is there's plenty of places to spread out, so even when there are a lot of people, it's still easy to avoid the crowds. And then you can see we're back to where we entered from. If we turn right, we would be heading back out towards the park exit and the campgrounds. So that's where we're gonna head later today after 1 o'clock when it's time to check into the site. They are still doing contactless check-in here at the campground, which they implemented at the start of COVID. So you actually, when you check in, you just go to your site and your tag is waiting for you there, that you just put in your card to be able to drive in and out of the park. So you don't actually go into the camp office or anything like that, although I believe it is still open for kayak rentals and things like that. And you can also rent fire pits here because they do not have fire pits on the sites. You have to rent them. I think last time I checked it was $3 a night, I believe. I don't know if that is still the case or not. We're heading towards North Beach now at the far end. On the way, we will pass the fort, several piers, a picnic area, and we'll check all of those out before I leave here. All right, we're turning into Bay Pier right now, which is one of the fishing piers that you can go to here. The other one is Gulf Pier, and then there is also, I believe this is where you would go for the Edgemont Key ferry to dock. And they also have like a little snack concessionaire with ice cream, and I think they might even have like sandwiches and stuff. To be honest, I've never gone in there. I always bring my own food when I come here, but I do know that they have snacks and food and drinks available for purchase here as well. Here's just some information on the Edgemont Key ferry. You can see they have a little dog beach here as well. Playing there on the beach. That's the dog beach area. You can also see here in front of me is their dog park. So they have the dog beach and then they have a fenced-in dog park as well, for any dog lovers that want to bring their puppers to the park. This is one of the beach areas just past the Gulf Pier, kind of by the fort parking area. All right, we passed the fort and the Gulf Pier and the snack bar area, and we are still heading towards North Beach, but we are going to make a quick detour and stop in the Arrowhead picnic area. It's a really pretty area that has a lot of places where you can just kind of relax, have a picnic, fish, just hang out. There's even a hiking trail back there. I just find it so pretty back here. In summer, this is a great section to escape the heat in. Since it's so shaded, there's lots of places where you can find a breezy spot under some trees. And up here on the right is the self-guided nature trail. Some more bathrooms over here on the right. There's actually a few bathrooms in here. Lots of dumpsters, lots of picnic tables. There's lots of little spots where you can just pull up 1 or 2 spaces and have a picnic. This is also a popular launching point for kayakers. This is personally my favorite little spot to park. Middle of the day. It's about time for me to check into my site now, so I am going to start heading towards the campground. I'm going to have a little bit of lunch and relax for a little bit before I head back out to explore some more when the sun is not quite so aggressive like it is right now. I did have a pretty successful morning of birding and took a bunch of pictures, so I'll probably go through some of those during lunch too. Probably check out that golf pier before sunset. I know I could definitely use a cup of coffee. I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night because I was so excited about coming here. So I definitely need some caffeine to keep me going through the rest of the day. Get out my electric tea kettle as soon as I get to my site and start boiling some water for a cup of coffee. We are in camping area 3. There are no pets allowed in 3. I think there are pets allowed in 2 and not in 1 or 3, but I can't remember for sure. We did not get a water site this time, but we were still lucky to get a campsite at all, since I just booked it a couple weeks ago. That was the camp store that we just passed. And we are in site 193 this time. It's actually my first pull-through site, I think. I'm between 2 water sites, so we'll see. Maybe I'll have a water view before my neighbors check in. I do love all the trees in this campground. Well, it's not technically the view from my campsite, but that's me over there, so I'll pretend like it's my view until these people show up. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I have my priorities. It's about 6 o'clock and I just got done making a couple cups of coffee, one for now and one for later there behind it. I just got done charging up my camera batteries over there. And I'll just give you a quick peek so you can kind of see what it looks like inside my van when it's either early morning or nighttime. I've got my weather techs in the windows back there, my magnetic curtain, and hopefully there will actually be birds out. I'm not so sure with the weather the way it is right now. Hopefully the wind dies down a little bit and I can still show you a lot of the park. But we will see what we get when we get in there. It opens at 7, so I will join you guys in a little bit. Alright, we're heading out of camp for the day and we are going to head into the park to explore a little more. It is really windy out this morning, so I'm hoping that the weather will cooperate and also that there will actually be some birds out there today too. So I'll check in a little bit. Not gonna lie, I'm a little mad at myself for deciding to be lazy and just enjoy my coffee at camp this morning, since I was so sure there would not be a sunrise today. The lesson here is always try for the sunrise. We are starting to come up on the entrances for the North Beach parking area now. There is a larger snack bar that we already passed, but there is a snack bar here, and then there are like 3 or 4 different turn-ins to get to the parking area. I've never been here when it's been that packed, but there is a ton of parking and a ton of pavilions so that you can really spread out here. I like to go all the way to the very, very, very end at the very last parking area that you can go to because it goes to my favorite section of the beach, but any of these turn-ins that we're passing here will actually take you into the pavilions and parking area. If you keep going up there, it just loops around. Turn for the fort now, so let's check that out and hope I can show it to you. There's some overflow parking that we just passed at the snack bar parking lot area where you can walk over to the fort that way, but this Gulf Pier turn is where most of the fort parking is. And it's also a really beautiful fishing pier. Really gorgeous views. I just love this stretch of road with the palm trees lining it. I think it's so pretty. The one really nice thing about being here on a Monday when it's not a holiday or break from school is that there is hardly anybody here, even in the middle of the day. All right, I was really hoping to have lunch in a beautiful spot since there are so many to choose from, but instead I pulled up next to a place with a view that does not stink in the parking lot for now, and this is going to be my lunch. I just wanted to shout it out for a second. These salads in a bag are perfect for van life. You just dump all of the toppings that they come with into the bag, shake it up, and then you dump everything right in the trash. No mess, no dishes to clean up. So simple. And as you can see, I still don't have a bad view. It's just too windy to be outside right now without everything blowing away. a second video here at some point this year just to show you a little bit more of the park while I'm out and about in it. And that way you'll kind of get a better feel for it. I was sort of limited since I couldn't talk outside of the van at all today with the winds. It was even hard for me to walk. It was so gusty. So hopefully when I get home and review the footage, it won't be unusable with the phone shaking too much. But I do want to thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. If you like this type of content and want to learn more about campground and park reviews, as well as solo travel and van life, I would hope that you would consider subscribing and liking this video. And again, thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.